evening from Dubai and good late evening from India. And if you're in Europe, good afternoon. Right, okay, someone's saying something. The meeting's being recorded. So this is Generation Alpha Education Services. I am Tim Graystone. We are based in Dubai in the United Arab Emirates, and we have Indian and UK directors. Today, we're going to have a chat with Vinu Abraham, the admissions and recruitment manager for the French University in Dubai, the École Management Normandie, the School of Management of Normandy, but their campus is in Dubai. So good evening, Vinu. How are you this evening?
Good evening, Tim. I'm very well, thank you. Good evening to all of you from Dubai. I'm very excited to be in this session. I'm looking forward with the webinar with Tim.
Thank you very much indeed. First, some good news from most of you who are from India. They're doing very well at the cricket. I won't give away the scores. You can look up later, but they posted a brilliant total against New Zealand in the semi-final of the World Cup. And as I've said earlier, England, the players are already at home watching it on TV, being one of the first teams to get knocked out. Okay then, so we have a French university in Dubai, with the first language here is Arabic, is the sort of an Arabic country. We have a French university in Dubai. A lot of people will think that the lectures and the exams and what have you will be in French or Arabic. Vinu, can you explain that one away, please?
Sure. Tim, EM Normandie is a business school, an institution based in France, and we have a campus now in Dubai. We have been operating in Dubai for the last 2 years. All programs are taught in English in Dubai, even if students come here or they have to go to France as part of their mobility. Classes are taught in English. We also administer exams in English, so students have opportunity to continue their higher education at the medium of instruction as English, whether they are in the French campus or in Dubai.
Okay then, thank you very much for that. And before I move on to the next question, can I inform everybody that we will make copies of this webinar and an accompanying slideshow available for you, so you can check some of the facts against those later on, and we will send those to you in due course. Okay then, I've been working in Dubai for best part of 15 years. Vinu, I know you've been here a long time. Let's tell everyone, why is Dubai such a great place to be in?
If you decide to come to Dubai, whether if it's for your professional growth or even to choose an institution in terms of higher education, you will be studying in a city that is constantly growing and evolving, and so are its universities. Students in Dubai will benefit from the state-of-art facilities and resources, as well as high-quality teaching in a student-focused environment. UAE, as retained itself, has one of the world's safest and secure countries in the world. Ease of acquiring student visa, this is the real beauty of coming to United Arab Emirates, that if a student meets the academic and language requirement of our programs, it hardly takes less than 2 weeks to process a visa with less paperwork. We require only a copy of your passport, tuition fee receipt, and a passport size photograph to process your visa. We sponsor students. You do not have to go to any UAE embassy in any part of the country to apply for a visa. UAE itself is a cultural melting pot for over 150 nationalities and international student community here, which really give good exposure for students and to experience new culture. So this makes Dubai as a destination very interesting for international students. There are more than 100 institutions in the UAE. Around 67, 68 of them are fully accredited by the Ministry of Higher Education in the UAE. A few international universities are also approved, like us, by the Ministry of Higher Education in the UAE. So you will find good universities, good education closer to home, and that brings students to Dubai.
Brilliant. Thank you very much indeed. I know that the EM Normandie has high levels of accreditation. Perhaps you could give us some details on that, please.
Sure. EM Normandie has triple crown accreditations, and it's very important that when you look at School of Business, when you're considering a university or a business school, whether it has an EQUIS or an ASSB or an AMPA accreditation, we have all three of them, which makes us top 1% in the world. If you look at the latest Financial Times rankings, we are ranked 65 in the world, and we are among the top 1% in terms of QS ranking. In addition to this, we also have obtained accreditation from the UAE Ministry of Higher Education in the UAE, which makes our degrees issued in France and also to be attested by the UAE Ministry of Higher Education. What attestation and accreditation, these are very good terminologies that we always discuss here. Accreditation is about standards. What our universities are expected to follow in this part of the region in terms of higher education. When you get an MOE attested degree, you are eligible to apply for even jobs within the government. And if you are a high achiever, you can even apply for a golden visa. So it's important to choose universities which have accreditations with the Higher Ministry of Education while choosing a university which, like EM Normandie. On top of it, we have triple crown accreditation, which makes our program worldwide acceptable.
Well, that's pretty good. It means that you're right up in the top 1 or 2% with that sort of level of accreditation. However, you are a French university, even though you're in Dubai. Can you just have a quick look at the background of which ones you actually have in France or any other place for that matter?
Sure. We have 3 campuses in France, 1 in Paris, and 2 in Normandy, to the northwest part of France. Students who are studying in all 3 campuses under the undergraduate and master's program have to study 1 semester or a year abroad in one of our own mobility campuses in Dublin, Oxford, Boston, and in Dubai. So students starting in France have an option to choose between the campuses in the UK or in Europe or in Dubai. Vice versa, students who start in Dubai have an option to choose one of their campuses in France. So it's a global program which has international mobility. So students who are choosing EM Normandie, they need to be ready to travel at least 1 semester abroad. So if you are an Indian student, if you do 1 semester abroad in France, you become eligible to apply for a 5-year term short visa, Schengen visa. If you decide to graduate in the United Arab Emirates, you also have chances to apply for your golden visa if you are a high achiever, above 3.85 out of 4.0 scale. Whether in France, in terms of admission to the France, it's quite competitive for international students. I believe that students have a much better option to also to consider Dubai as a destination, where you can still study in France for a semester or a year. So in the undergraduate degree, they have a final year where they can decide where to graduate, either in France or in the United Arab Emirates, or they can even decide to do masters back in France.
Okay, that's great. So to summarize then, for the undergraduate course, they must do at least 1 semester in France, but if they wish, they can do more and graduate from France, and then they can apply for an extension to their visa and look at getting and achieving a Schengen visa, which will allow them to be pretty much anywhere in the EU. Have I summarized that correctly?
Yeah, that's right. So visa are again subject to rules and regulations from the Department of Immigration. They should refer to Campus France website for any updated information on post-study work visa.
Yeah, and of course, okay, then there's also political areas as well that need to be done. But I believe Mr. Modi, your Prime Minister, signed some agreement with France lately. Is that correct?
That's right, yes. That makes Indian nationals to be eligible for a 5-year short-term Schengen visa if they study 1 semester abroad, yes.
Okay, I think we've discussed that one enough. Just a couple of minutes, or even just a little bit about the Dubai campus. Whereabouts in Dubai is it?
We are in a place called Knowledge Park on Sheikh Zayed Road. If you've been to Dubai, if you've been to Mall of Emirates, we are just 5 minutes from Mall of Emirates. We could see Burj Al Arab from windows and the Palm. So it's centrally located in Dubai. Access to metro, access to other modes of transportation are available for students to commute to the campus. We are in the middle of a lot of industries in Internet City, Media City, and Jebel Ali, where if you find internship, it will be easy to move around, manage your studies and work simultaneously.
Can you just extend that internship word? Can you just spend a minute describing the internship opportunities, please?
Well, sure. All students studying in EM Normandie Business School during the undergraduate study have to do 2 months of internship in the first year, and followed by 4 months of internship when they're about to graduate in the final year. It's part of the program. We take considerable effort in placing students for internship. UAE being an employment sector, you definitely have a chance to convert your internship into a full-time job and have a residence work visa up to 2 years. If you would like to even do internship in France, we can still arrange that over the final year. Here, when you look at internship, it's important that we need to align with what you study here, especially in the master's degree. If you're specializing in port management and logistics, for example, or international marketing and business development, internship has to be aligned with the specialization that you are pursuing here, and business school will help you in finding good opportunities of work.
Brilliant. Okay, thank you. Well, university is more than just the academics, but we'll come to the courses in a minute or two. But before we go into there, can you just describe how you encourage student social activity?
Sure. So we look after students, especially the well-being. So all non-academic activities, whether it's sports, whether it's cultural activities. If you are not following our Instagram page, please like our Instagram page, EM Normandie Business School. You get to see all student life experience posted every day by our team in France. That includes all our campuses, just not Dubai, Dublin, Boston, Oxford, and in France. At least once in a week, 1 day in a week is dedicated to well-being, making sure that students have enough time to network and enjoy what they do, whether it is sports, whether it's a debate club, whether it says outdoor activity. We look after students very well in terms of well-being.
Excellent. Before I move on, can I just remind everybody who's listening in, I am Tim, the Director of Generation Alpha Education Services, a company based in Dubai with Indian and UK directors. I'm chatting to Vinu Abraham, the Admissions Manager of EM Normandie, the French university in Dubai, where the students can mix their studies with UAE or in France. We will be sending copies of the accompanying slideshow to everybody who's logged in, and we are making a copy of this webinar. So thank you very much, and I'll just now continue. Right, okay, let's get to the nitty-gritty. Can you please now describe some of the courses you run, particularly for undergraduate, because I'll be asking a bit about postgraduate in a little later.
Sure. We have one program we offered in Dubai, which is Bachelor of International Management, with 3 specializations in digital business, logistics, and service industries. The program is of 3-year duration, and it constitutes 1 month, 2 months of internship, 1 semester abroad, and 4 months of internship towards the end of the program. There are around close to 40 subjects to study and graduate. This is equivalent to a 132 credit hour system. Normally, a 132 credit hour system is offered on a 4-year program. We have reduced the duration into 3 years by increasing the subjects. So if you want to apply to United States or Canada, we still meet the credit hour system, which is equivalent to a 4-year program. Because there is an additional 4 months of internship, we couldn't offer the program in 4 years and 4 months. Now it's reduced to 3 years and 4 months in Dubai.
Okay, that's fantastic. Thank you for that. So there are many opportunities and many options available. I think we better move on to admissions and entry requirements. Many people will be interested in that. So what are any specific entry requirements that you have to enter your university in Dubai?
There are three types of entry requirements. Academic, all students are expected to finish their grade 12. If it is a CBSE or a state board or an ISC, if you are following an IB system, it's International Baccalaureate. Again, 12 years of schooling. If you're doing an A levels, we expect you to finish year 13. In terms of language requirements, students are expected to do IELTS and TOEFL. And if you have not done math in grade 12, we will be testing your math skill. And that means that you may have to study a math subject in the first semester. Students who does math subject in grade 12, who scores above 65 and above, will be exempted in mathematics. And the third is the most important decision where EM Normandie would look on an application. That's the student interview with the faculty from Dubai and France. They would really love to hear, why do you want to come into the program? What is the motivation? So it's expected that you do enough research on the program before we attend a student interview with an academic. And that sums up the entry requirements for undergraduate program. We have mapped international qualifications on our website, or if you have any query, please contact Alpha Education Services. Tim is a veteran on admission requirements. You can also connect with Ms. Ankita, who is also a partner to Tim. So please make sure that you connect with any query on admission requirements or on application with Alpha Education Services. We have appointed them as our official representative to represent in UAE and worldwide. So please make sure that you may have any questions to reach out to Tim or Ankita.
That's very kind of you. Thank you very much. I think I'm a veteran in most things, but there you go. That comes with time. We also have our own staff in India who are assisting us with this whole program and assisting you in terms of admissions and recruitment. So we have people standing by who are ready to answer questions in India and also in Dubai. Okay, I'm sure a lot of people who are applying will need to know about the pricing structure, but also to balance that, how much is it going to cost, but to balance that, what scholarships might be available to assist students who are coming there.
Scholarships are available up to 70% on the tuition fees. So we encourage students to do an early application with the predicted scores as it's available. And that will encourage us to will put you into the lot of scholarship applicants. The top 2 students in the undergraduate programs can earn up to 70% scholarship on the tuition. If you are among the top 5 students among the undergraduate, top 5% among 80% criteria, students can award up to 50% scholarship. Any student who meets the entry requirement, we would automatically give them a 20% scholarship. So the tuition fees after a 20% reduction is 56,000 AED, UAE dirham per year. The 3 year, this is 168,000 dirhams for 3 years of study and 4 months of internship. Students who are high achievers can also compete for scholarships on top of 20%. So if it is 50%, we add 30% to it. And if it's 70% who is eligible, we'll add another 50%. In case you don't get 50 or 70, students can come into the university, study hard. And if you are among the top achiever of a particular year, you can have chance to earn up to 90% scholarship. So if you're a great mind, if you're a high achiever, if you work hard, we definitely have financial support in terms of tuition fees.
Brilliant. Well, I think in summary then, there's plenty of scholarships available, and 56,000 dirhams a year is a competitive figure. Okay, I think we've done that one to death. So let's have now ask you please to expand the opportunities for postgraduate education, because I know you have a couple of exciting courses there.
Absolutely. So we have masters in international marketing and business development, and also masters in international logistics and port management. Most of the programs here in the UAE has a marketing background, or I would say there's masters in marketing, but the program doesn't really concentrate on business development or people who are looking for people who are marketing and sales. So the program duration is 1 year and 4 months full time, and if it is a part time, we say this corporate mode, where you can study up to 2 years. The program involves around 10 to 12 coursework subjects, followed by research thesis and also internship. If you are an undergraduate student who are thinking about progressing into a master's, it's a very good program to study. We really can transform you into a good professional. You be in Dubai, you can earn while studying, and also you get good internship at the end of the program. The logistics and port management is one of its kind. Most of the universities, 2-3 universities here have supply chain management, but I doubt they have a port management as a major. So this is a very good program to study. So I invite all students who are looking to develop their career in logistics and port management to apply. At the earliest, we have an intake starting on 8th of Jan. The intakes that we are starting in January is on a corporate track, which means you will attend 3 times a week in the evening or during the weekend. And that means you have close to 40 hours a week to look for opportunities or work while studying. Students who doesn't want to extend the program more than 1 year, they have chance to study in a full-time mode during September. And that means you can finish the program with 1 year and additional 4 months of internship. So we have 2 cycle of intakes, which is starting on 8th of Jan, followed by 4th of September this next year. So January and September. So we will close admissions for international students due to where we have to apply for visas 3 weeks prior to the start of the session. So if it's 8th of Jan, for example, we would close by 10th of December for international students. If you're a student based in the UAE or you have a resident visa, we welcome applications till 31st of December. All students have to appear for an IELTS and has to have a score prior to the start of the session.
Thank you very much indeed. Before I hand open the session to any questions and answers, please can I just ask you then, can you quickly summarize why is EM Normandie unique and special? And you can make one summary statement, then I'll throw the meeting open to questions and answers.
EM Normandie is unique and special in many ways, especially the way the program is offered. We have the most modern facility in the campus. You will be studying in Dubai, especially in Knowledge Park, where you are surrounded by industries. We are top-ranked university, which is among the top 100 in the world, triple crown with ASSB, ICUS, and AMPA. On top of it, we went for the toughest accreditation with the Ministry of Higher Education in the UAE. So this summarizes our dedication to our higher education, training students and transforming them to good professionals in future. And I would also say that being a part of the EM Normandie, you will carry over the history of institution which is there for more than 150 years in existence. So the institution, as you know, was started in 1871, and this year itself is the 153rd batch that we have commenced all over the world in France and our mobility campuses outside France. So you become part of alumni, which is spread all worldwide. That means you have more chance of networking and getting connected in terms of finding good placements.
Thank you very much, Vinu. That's the last one for now, but please hold on. We may have some questions and answers. So I'd like to thank everybody who has taken part in this webinar for listening. You logged in because you wanted to learn a little bit more about the French University in Dubai, but with its parent campuses based in France, the student opportunities to study in Dubai, study in France, to possibly get the visa to work in France, or to get the visa to carry on and work in Dubai. As again, we will send the slideshow and we will send a copy of the webinar to those who have listened in. But before we sign off and go, has anyone got any live questions and answers, please? Now is the time to unmute those who have.
Yeah, hi. Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Can you
yes, somebody, yes.
Yeah. Hi, Viru. My name is Kumar Rahul, and I have a question for you. So actually, I have two questions. One, I wanted to know about the difference. You said that there are two courses. One is Bachelor BBA and another one is Bachelor of International Management. So can you please tell me as to what is the difference between these two courses?
Yeah, in Dubai,
second,
we offer.
There is a. I'm so sorry. Yeah, please.
Yeah, sure.
There is a follow-up question as well. As to I wanted to know whether this goes to the master's program as well.
Okay. All right. So in Dubai, we offer one undergraduate degree, which is a Bachelor of International Management. We also have a program in BBA, which is offered in France. So this is a multi-country program. You do 1 year in France, 1 year in Oxford, 1 year Dubai, third year in Dubai, and fourth year in Boston. That program is not currently offered at this point, but what we offer is a Bachelor of International Management with 3 specializations, which includes digital business, logistics, and service industry. So these are 3 majors that you would decide into the final year, what majors that you want to study at the end of the year. In terms of moving into any higher education, whether it's France or in your country or even in western part of the country, you can always progress into a good master's after completing the undergraduate degree.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Kumar.
Thank you very much, Vinu. Does anybody else have any questions or answers that we can deal with live? And as I say, please.
Yes, so I wanted to ask that, so what are the job opportunities that are available?
Sure. So in terms of job opportunities, if you are a student, international student coming to United Arab Emirates, so may I ask you, are you looking to study a master's or an undergraduate program?
Undergraduate program.
Undergraduate program. So during your course of study, this is a 3-year program. So normally, if you look at universities here, they focus a lot on academia, which means they would teach more subjects over 32 weeks in a year, and 3 or 4 years you will finish the program. Then you have to find job by yourself. So what makes us different is that we try to engage you in the first year itself with the corporate. So first year, when you finish your 3rd semester, 2 months you have to you have to work as in terms of internship to satisfy the course requirement. Being a French institution, UAE has a lot of French companies. We are signing MOUs with a lot of multinational companies here, making sure that our students are looked after and they are placed. So in the final year, when you are about to finish your 3 year of study, you again have 4 months of internship. So when you ask me type of jobs, it is, when being a business school, we focus on business programs. So if you look at a digital business or a marketing or an e-commerce or e-marketing program, we have a very good program for that. So we would like to get you placed in the program that you already specialize in. But that doesn't stop you in looking for other opportunities. UAE is known for an employment sector. What makes us, again, UAE more attractive is a tax-free. There is no income tax here in the UAE. So if you happen to earn, let's say around 7,000 or 8,000 AED per year, that comes straight into your bank account without any deduction. However, you have a 5%, we have a 5% VAT, which we pay on purchase for any item in the UAE. Other than that, other countries, if you look at, there is 30 to 40% income tax applicable for every income that you earn. But in the UAE, it makes us attractive to professionals to come in this part of the region, especially to earn better money and better quality of life.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Vinu. I'm sorry, I was choking on something whilst that was going on. I apologize if there was any background noise. Do we have any other questions that anyone wishes to ask from the audience?
Hi, I have a question.
Sure.
Please.
Yes, sir. I wanted to know if the admission requirements and the fees for France university in France and in Dubai are same. So, for example, if I choose to visit Dubai for the first year, and then I want to travel to France campus for the another year or semester maybe. So, how does it work? Like, it would be the same, or will there be any other things that we need to know?
Okay, the fees payable when you start in Dubai will be paid to the campus in Dubai for the rest of the years that you decide to continue and graduate here. When you go to France, you don't pay any tuition fees there. You may definitely, there is living and accommodation expenses. Other than the tuition fees, you don't have to pay in France. If you decide to start in UAE, you pay the fees here. So if you go to our campuses in Normandy, on an average, we are talking about 400 euros or 500 euros per month in terms of living expenses. So it's quite reasonable. But if you come to Paris, it's a little bit more expensive. Currently, the admissions to our campuses in Paris is oversubscribed. It's quite difficult to get a transfer to our campus in Paris, but definitely Le Havre and Caen, that's the campuses in Normandy. So in terms of fees payment, everything is done in the United Arab Emirates. You don't have to pay anything in euros to any of our campuses in France.
Okay, so if we, for example, if we are placed in the campus France, then what about the job opportunities and the internships? So where will be placed in jobs or for internships in Normandy itself or in other areas?
Oh, it can be anywhere because they have, if you look at some statistics, they have 94% conversion in placing students. After they graduate, mainly because we are 150-year-old in the region. So I think interaction with companies would take place even during the course itself. When you study the program itself. If you want to connect with somebody in France to know more about the details, I'm happy to liaise through Alpha. But in terms of internship, if it's an undergraduate degree, for example, it's wise to choose the final year either in the UAE or in France, because if you do final year in France, and in addition to that 10 or 12 subjects, then it's easy to get placed with with the internship. Why I'm recommending United Arab Emirates, it's because of our connections in the industry, again in the region, and language plays a pivotal role. Sometimes when you look for a job in France, sometimes you have to know French, but in the UAE, you can speak in English. If you know Hindi, you can still manage here. If you know Arabic, you can still manage here. So it depends on where you want to work. So our job is to make sure that we are able to facilitate your requirements. So I spoke about faculty interview as part of the admission requirement. So your expectations are inquired, and we take a note of it even before you start the program. So I have a student who have joined in Dubai for the first year. Her plan is to go to one of our partner university in Europe, not in France, but somewhere in Belgium. So she has expressed that interest, that she wants to graduate in one of that university there. And we said, oh, yeah, that can be. So we have spoken to the university. We actually have booked a place now itself so that she doesn't have an issue in the final year. So faculty will look after that, making sure that your expectations are managed. If you are not able to deliver your expectation, we will tell you from day one itself, at the time of interview itself, that if it is possible to go to a particular country or a particular place or a particular university. I mean, we have a lot of staff to help you and guide you further on that.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed. Great question. Thank you, Vinu. Are there any more questions from the floor? Just a reminder, Generation Alpha staff are always ready and willing to help you on our behalf, either in Dubai or in India. Oh, of course, you can contact the university directly, but Generation Alpha do have staff on the ground in India. And just to remind you again, we will be sending copies of the slideshow that accompanies this, and people in India will be contacting you with the slideshow and copies of the webinar. I think that's all for now. Any more last questions? Hang on, I'm getting something here from my studio manager. Right, is the degree awarded from Dubai?
The degree is awarded from EM Normandie Business School, France, which will be attested by the French ministry. If the student in the final year decide to graduate in the United Arab Emirates, the degree will be also stamped by the UAE Ministry of Higher Education in the UAE. So it's tested by both the ministry. The student decide to choose UAE as a destination, to graduate. Yeah, that's the simple answer I would give you.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you very much. I'm waiting and I'm looking to see if there's any more questions.
If you have any questions, you can also post it on the chat box if you are unable to mute.
Absolutely, post it on the chat box. I'm thinking it's not going to happen. So basically, I'm going to thank everybody again. Mr. Vinu, thank you so much for your knowledge and imparting and sharing it with us. And thank you everybody for logging in to find out more about this exciting new university in Dubai with a parent campus in France, the opportunities to have a fine education based in the UAE with a French connection. Thank you indeed, and goodbye to everybody.